Imagine how much more empowered and free you would feel when you learn to focus more on the things that you can control than the things that you can't. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Summer Owens, and I empower organizations and individuals to become more confident, resilient leaders of teams or just their own lives. And I am so excited to still be sharing lessons with you from this book that I wrote in honor of my beloved grandmas, 100 lessons my centenarian grandmas taught me. And I'm still sharing lessons on confidence, resilience, leadership, and life. And we are now on lesson 41. Focus on what you can control. Are you somebody who spends a lot of time worried about the things that you can't control, things that you can't do anything about, more so than the things that you can actually do something about? And that's what So What is actually about, is learning how to say so what to those things that you can't control, so what to those things that are messed up in your life. And so now what? How do you move forward and do something about the things that you can actually do something about? Focus on what you can control. My grandma's focused on what they could control when dealing with the many life challenges they face. I embrace their approach by concentrating my efforts on areas where I have influence, which empowers me to enact positive changes in my life. This practice helps me maintain a sense of stability and effectiveness, even in the face of chaos. By prioritizing my energy and resources wisely, I not only enhance my well being, but also inspire those around me to adopt a similar perspective. It's a reminder that while I may not control everything, I can always control my response, which is a true testament to personal strength. Concentrate on the areas where you have influence. This approach can significantly reduce feelings of helplessness and stress. It encourages a more active and engaged life stance. Focusing on controllable aspects allows for better use of your energy and resources. It also promotes a more positive and effective method of handling life's challenges. So one thing that I teach when I'm speaking or giving workshops or even in my keynotes, I talk about the so what mindset. And the so what mindset means that when a challenge or problem comes into your life, you ask yourself one question: Can I change it? Can I change it? Can I do something about it? And the answer is no, you can't change it. There's nothing you can do about it. Then we have to focus our energy on accepting it, on accepting that thing that you can't change. But if the answer to the question after the trauma or the challenge comes in your life, you ask yourself, can I change it? Can I do something about it? If the answer is yes, then you have a responsibility to act. You have a responsibility to do something about it. Those are the things that you can control and you can do something about. The problem is, many times we live in the area of complaining. Instead of accepting it, instead of doing something about it, we just complain about it. So focus on what you can control. So in most situations, there is something that you can do about it. There is some control that you can take, even if that control is just controlling how you respond to that situation or to that challenge. So like with all the lessons, I'm sharing 5 tips on how you can implement this lesson, focus on what you can control into your life right now.
No, you can't have that. You can't do that. Have you ever heard that voice, maybe from someone else or deep down inside of you, saying, no, you can't? Ever felt like you weren't good enough, smart enough, or brave enough to have what you really want? You know, that promotion, that degree, that dream job, that house, that fulfilling relationship, that business, that life you've always imagined. Well, I'm confidence coach Summer Owens, and I'm here to tell you, yes, you can have it. And yes, you can do it. I'm the person to help you make it happen because I've been there. I faced doubts, fears, and setbacks head on. As a teen mom who was told my future was bleak, I chose to say so what to every obstacle I faced. I didn't let circumstances or self-doubt define me. I've probably done what you want to do. I've earned degrees, I've had dream jobs, I've launched business, written powerful books, bought houses, all while defying the odds. Now I want to help you to say so what to your fears and limitations too. I want to share my secrets to success with you in my Get the Guts to Go For It program. If you're tired of watching others live the life that you want and you're ready to turn your someday into today, let me help you embrace the so what mindset. Build your confidence and make your dreams a reality. Grab one of the limited spots for this program at getthegutstogoforit.com. I can't wait to help you go for it.
Tip number 1 on how to live the lesson, focus on what you can control, is to identify controllable aspects. What are the aspects of your life that you know you can't control? For example, you can control when you wake up. Typically, you control when you wake up. You can control your exercise routine. A lot of times you can control what you eat, your habits. You can control those aspects of your life. So identify what else can you control? Can you control where you wear? Can you control where you live? most of the time you can at least control how you respond to a negative situation. So take time to reflect on, okay, what can I control? And if you can focus your energy on the things and identifying those controllable aspects of your life, that can help you not focus on those external factors, the things that you can't deal with, the things that you can't control. Tip number 2 on how to live the lesson, focus on what you can control, is to set clear, achievable goals. Set clear, achievable goals. Focus on what it is that you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then make a plan to accomplish it. You can control your plan. Now, will things happen along the way that may change your plans or alter your plans and make you have to make new plans? Absolutely. But first, set some goals and set some smaller goals to achieving those goals with those things that you can control and those things you can do. Tip number 3 on how to live the lesson, focus on what you can control, is to develop proactive habits. Create some habits in your life that you can control. You can control a bedtime most of the time. You can say, okay, this is what time I'm going to bed. This is what time I'm getting up. You can create a habit behind that. One habit that I have is that the day before, usually the night before the day, I look at my calendar and I plan my day. So the calendar is laid out. I know I can go to bed knowing what I have to do the next day. That is a routine for me. Create some routines in your life. Develop some proactive habits in your life too. And a lot of times eating healthy, exercising, managing your stress. A lot of those are good habits that you can develop that can help you focus on what you can control. Tip number 4 on how to live the lesson, focus on what you can control, is to use some stress reducing techniques. So exercise, meditation, relaxation, all the tips that I've talked about in some other lessons for reducing stress. Managing your stress can help you also to focus on the things that you can control, because you can control those things. But when life gets tough and life is more challenging and there's so many things outside of your life that you can't control, learning how to focus on reducing the stress in your life can help you during those challenging times. Tip number 5 on how to live the lesson, focus on what you can control, is to regularly review and adjust. So think about those things that you are focusing on, that you are spending mind, energy on, or time focusing on. And look at that. Is that something that you should be focusing on? As you review and analyze, think about, is that something that you should be focusing on? Or is that something you really can't control? And should you spending your time and energy and effort on some things that you can control? And the other tips that I've shared. So constantly review and adjust what you're focusing on, what you're spending your energy on, and make sure it's the most effective way to be spending this precious life, your precious time, and the precious energy that you have. And that's lesson 41, focus on what you can control. There are so many things in our lives that are beyond our control. There's so many things, so many external elements. And at this season in our lives, there are new leaders, there's new leadership, maybe things happening at your kid's school, things that you can't control. But we can always control how we respond to those things. And how we respond to those things, that's what makes the whole difference. And I think back to me being a teen mom and me finding out when I became a teen mom. I chose to focus on the aspects of that I could control. Yes, I was becoming a teen mom, but I chose to focus on graduating from high school, getting into college, and creating a life for me and my child. So even in some of the hardest and most devastating circumstances in our lives that have so many elements that we can't control, there are plenty of things that we can control. And when we can learn to focus on what we can control, we can make our lives and our situations a lot better. Hope you like this video. Be sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you heard something that was good to you, that resonated with you, leave me a comment and tell me. Tell me about how you focus on the things that you can control, or tell me the tips that you're going to use, the tips that I shared that you're going to use. And share this lesson with someone else who needs to be reminded to focus on what you can control. See you next time.